Hello and welcome to this episode of Aussies and Dragons. The title of this episode is Weekend at Goblins. We have 3 players from the Filthy Pig Tavern Discord, Dan, Spiral and Grandelz. Once again, this is sponsored by Markham 3D. Also, if you enjoy this podcast, please head over to the Aussies and Dragons YouTube channel and hit subscribe over there. Enjoy. So the backstory is, in this region for adventurers, obviously adventurers have to pay tax. That's just, death and taxes. That's one thing that's guaranteed. But through an agency, you can go through this agency, and what happens is that people who require jobs will pay for your taxes just to complete their quest. And so what happens is this agency will send random adventurers to join together and then go out to battle or do whatever that's required. You two have both been summoned to a town called Louisa. And in this town, Louisa, they've said, you need to go talk to the mayor, because the mayor's got whatever job it is, and that's where you'll get your instructions. So as you independently, you guys both arrive at Louisa, and you find the city hall quite easily. It's a fairly, I'd probably say there's maybe about 70 or 80 houses here and buildings. There's a few taverns, but in the center is the town hall. This is where you've been instructed to meet. I've already forgotten. Carlos, you arrive at the town hall first, and what you see is cobblestone ground. There's a lot of foliage about, a lot of trees. It's a very beautiful city. It's quite nice. But as you look around on the buildings, there's a lot of battle scars. The buildings are made of stone, and from what you guess, strong, thick stone that's able to withstand these battle scars, but you're not entirely sure what they are. Spiral comes walking up. Spiral, can you describe yourself?
I can indeed. So we are meeting one Morin Iron Climber. About 4 foot of stout, red-headed, fairly typical-looking lady dwarf. There are a handful of swirling red tattoos across her cheeks, chin, and neck, and she has a fairly significant maul slung over one shoulder, alongside an assortment of various fox and small animal furs.
Nice. And Carlos, what does Warren see?
Yes, you see a tall, white-scaled dragonborn with a scar over his right eye and blue paint on his face. Some of his horns that go all the way back are broken, presumably from battle.
Nice.
And his name is Barnville.
Barnville.
Byron.
Oh, Byron.
Byron.
Okay. So these two greet each other. There you go. Sweet. And enter into town hall. The inside of the town hall is wooden everywhere, and it's very the floors are very polished, the banisters up top are very polished, the rafters are polished. It's a very immaculate building. You see that there's ornamental curtains draping from the roof as well, which is a color of purple, and it is a fairly small building. As you guys walk down, you can clearly see that there's an office to the end. There's no receptionists or anyone like that. There's a few people doing things, but that doesn't, you don't really, they don't really concerned about you walking up and through their building. You get to the front door, you get to the door of what the office you believe is. What do you guys want to do?
I'll knock.
It's time to get the mayor.
So
Yes.
as you knock, you hear, "Oh, come in."
All right.
Says
I'll enter.
Aye.
So, as you enter, you see a tubby man. Looks like a jolly fellow. White hair, stubble white beard. And he makes eye contact with you and goes, "Oh, come in, fellas. Come in. Have a seat."
I'll stand.
And I will, in fact, help myself to a seat. I like this guy.
And he pulls out a plate of sandwiches and he offers it to you, Warren.
If you don't take one, I am at least taking one.
And he offers it to you, Byron.
I'll take one.
My wife made these. I really like them, but she makes too many. So what's in the sandwiches is almost a very delicate ham. Beautiful ham, wonderful lettuce, a nice cheese that you can't put your finger on, but it's a very nice sandwich, and you know, feel quite nice, quite energized. It's living the dream.
Cool.
And then he sits down and he says, "Now, the reason why I've needed you is we've been having some issues. And can I get you guys to do a perception check for me, please?"
I can. Perception. Where are we rolling? This one?
You can roll
Is
dice.
there a one-shot chat somewhere?
No, just roll dice. Or roll wherever.
Well, I have a net one, so
You've got a nat 1.
yes.
Great.
You're just eating this sandwich like, oh my goodness, this sandwich is unbelievable. You know, you've
Never had it before.
I got an 11. I'm not doing much better.
you're still kind of just taking this sandwich in, but you're able to see that the mayor's mid-sentence turned and faced out the window behind him, and he's looking intently off into the distance. Ooh,
Oh, looking at.
that didn't sound good. Did you not hear it?
I'm eating.
So
Nothing.
the sandwich is really good.
I think the problem has come to us. And
Like,
as you guys
yeah.
now kind of look out the window, you can now see guards heading north, away from the building towards wherever he's looking at. He looks at you guys and goes, "I'm gonna need your help to take out a tribe of goblins which have been coming and terrorizing us. If you are able to help me with this, then I will complete your, for the agency, whatever they're calling it."
It sounds like a deal.
Aye. You got yourself a bargain. And I'm going to help myself to at least 3 of these sandwiches on the way out.
As he as you grabbing the sandwiches, he goes, "I'll give you each one of these," and he's given you 2 small potions, health potions, and he's also given you another potion, which is kind of a purple color, and he goes on to tell you that if you drink this, then you will get back 2 spell slots of whichever level you need. But obviously, if you don't have any spell slots, well, but...
Well, I do.
Convenient.
And so, a random adventurer walks through the door. Maybe.
I can't. I think I have a level 4.
You stand away from me sandwiches now.
What do they see, Dan?
Just I can't remember. We see some kind of grey, shadowy thing step in through the door.
Go.
Yeah. It looks strange to everybody that steps in.
Well, Angie, be the ominous one.
And so, Warren and Byron, you guys walk past the shadowy figure. I'm going to assume the shadowy figure follows them as he gathers his things. Out you guys go out down the hallway as you came, out the front door. You can see people heading south, and you can see more guards running past to the north. Which way do you guys want to go?
In the direction the people are fleeing from, obviously.
So we're heading north.
Yep. Gonna unsling my
To the
maul.
danger.
Gonna shove some of these sandwiches in my pocket. Let's go.
So, as you run around the building and you head towards the danger, you can really see the guards have they've set up a very shallow barricade. So the barricade's only 2 buildings away from Town Hall, but as you look down the street, you can still see there's like 12, 14 buildings down that way, and you can see people running past these barricades, but the guards are just holding, which almost looks like just this center of this town. Now, where do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to stand on these barricades, or are you guys going to try and push forward, or what do you guys want to try and do?
I'll go to one of the guards and ask what's the situation.
The guard says to you, It's just these goblins, they're coming in again. I thought they wouldn't be, but last time we went to them, but now they're here. It looks like they've got something big with them. It's kind of scary a little bit, but I think we can take it. We can defend this.
So you plan to hold here and just let them be in the sight?
We don't know what they're coming up against. We've only seen a small pocket of goblins, but they're a bit crafty, and they just... Oh, I just hope my family got out of there. And you can see that there's only what looks like a few seasoned guards, so maybe like 3 or 4 seasoned ones, and there seems to be a lot of young guards there. They're still very they don't seem that they've matured enough. They still seem very young.
And they're holding a gate of some sort, or what to take?
Yeah, they've kind of just made some barricades. It's kind of like they've been preparing for these attacks, and they kind of just drop out of the wall. But there's still like a gap in the middle. The barricades are made out of wood. and they're kind of just hiding behind it, kind of poking their heads over. Since you're next to the guard, do you want to do a perception check for me?
Yeah, okay. Eight.
You're kind of just looking at the guards. You're not really paying attention. Warren, what do you want to do?
Can we see, hear, or smell any goblins in the immediate vicinity?
Do you want to do a perception check then as well?
You know what? I will. I feel brave. Here we go. +2. 5.
You're not even sure which way they're coming from.
That makes me angry.
The shadowy figure. What does a shadowy figure want to do?
So we're doing a goblin defense, yes?
Aye.
It appears so, yes.
Okay, and we don't know their exact location just yet, yes?
The only thing we know is that they're coming from the north, and you guys are on the north side of this square.
Okay. The shadowy figure will just take his cloak off, and you see a grey-skinned turtle standing there, and he will start. He will prepare to use create bonfire on the first thing he sees aggressively coming towards everybody.
All right. So, are you going to stand by the guards, or what are we looking at?
He's going to stand out in front of everybody and basically be a beacon of attack.
Right. Warren, what are you going to do?
Step beside them.
I am going to start just rhythmically slamming my maul into the ground. Start hyping myself up, try to spook some goblins as well.
Byron, where are you, sorry?
I'll just go right beside the toys.
So, as you guys are looking north, you hear a mechanical clang. And you sense that something is walking towards you. Something made out of steel. You're not entirely sure because you guys have rolled terrible perceptions. Actually, no. Dan, you haven't rolled a perception.
No, I haven't. And where are we doing actual any roll things at all?
Dice.
Sweet.
Roll 20. Do whatever you want.
Yep. My perception is not great. It's a 9 total.
We're just a blind group.
Well, I don't need to see things to kill them.
So you guys are facing north. And as you're waiting for something to come into view up this street, and into the distance, you can kind of see the hills. You got 14 rows of buildings ahead of you. Out of nowhere, to the side of you, the building kind of collapses down as this giant iron golem appears. When you look at this iron golem, that just like that fear, you can see that it's really heavily damaged and very crudely put together. But it's kind of just walloped the second story of this building down, and it's kind of just tumbled in front of you. This iron golem's only maybe 50 feet away.
I create bonfire immediately under it.
Doesn't need to do a saving throw.
Frenzy.
That's 1d8 damage, and it has to make a dexterity saving throw. 12.
Of 12. Let's go. Okay. It fails.
Wow. Okay, give me a second. D8 is 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Jesus.
You can see that it's already in a lot of pain. It's already, struggling to walk, and this is kind of almost like melted its feet a little bit, so it's now become even more uneasy. Let's roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. 12 for
18. Yes.
14.
12 on a 13.
14. Alright, let's see. Alright. Cool. And as you guys are focused on this iron goblin kind of like hobbling and just smacking over the building, you guys don't see these two little goblins with bows and arrows, and they kind of take fire at you, Byron. And one does a 9, and the other one does a 5. So they've just both, these arrows have gone wide. Byron, what do you want to do?
So how far away are the goblins, and how far away is the golem from me?
So the golem's 50 feet, and these goblins are just by his feet that you see these two of them.
Alright, I move 30 feet up and take out one of my javelins and throw one at a goblin.
At a goblin? Cool. Roll a hit for me.
That's a 21.
So that's a hit. What
And
damage?
8 damage.
8 damage. So you've pegged this javelin flat. It's flown through the air, and it's just done a headshot on this one goblin, and it's knocked him back about 10 feet into the building that's being crushed.
Alright, I'll change to my shield again then. Oh no, I have my shield out already, so never mind.
Warren.
Alright, I'm going to just sprint my maximum 25 dwarven movement. Actually, wait, am I high enough level to have that? I am not, damn it. So yeah, 25 feet. Just screaming my damn little head off all the while.
Yep.
Gonna pluck a hand axe from my belt and just pelt it at the other goblin.
Cool. Roll a hit for me.
That is a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Nice. And that is d6 plus 4. Ooh. It's a casual 8 slashing damage to this poor thing.
As this axe kind of done this wonderful twirl through the air, it's just gone into the chest, but it's kind of like it's cut into the chest, and it continues to rotate, and the handle has smacked the goblin in the head and just destroyed this goblin. Dan, what are you doing?
1 second. Okay, so what kind of positioning? So we've got this golem and we've got these goblins. How far apart are they in a radius?
The two goblins that you see are gone.
Yep.
And only this golem remains.
Only the golem remains. Alright then, I am going to pop a 2nd level spell slot.
Yep.
To cast Snillock's Snowball Swarm.
Okay.
And give me a second while I flip through my book to find the fucking description for it. It's on the page before the one I'm looking at. 90-foot range. A flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you choose within range. Each creature in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw, and a creature takes 3d6 cold damage on a failed save. So I'm going to force that golem to save against... whoa! I dropped that dice on the ground. Get rid of it. 5, 6, 10 for DC 12.
And
Cool.
he takes all of it.
Jesus.
I doubt he's really dexterous.
And from around the corner, 3 goblins come running in, and they end up only about 10 feet away from you, Warren.
Nice.
And they've only got short swords. So there's what we're looking at is Dan and Byron. You guys are 50 feet from the golem. Warren, you're 25 feet from the golem, and you've got 3 goblins about 10 feet in front of you.
Cool.
And then you got the golem. So it is
I'm okay
now
with that.
those golems died. Back to you, Byron.
Wait, the golem died?
Oh, sorry, the goblins. Sorry, the first 2 goblins.
And the golem hasn't gone yet?
No, you killed those. No, those 2 goblins went first, but you've killed them. Did the golem? Oh my goodness, it did not go. All right. No, I will make the golem go. The golem can't do much because it's pretty damaged, so it just moves forward. Actually, no, he would reach you. He does reach you, and he tries to do a slam of a 13. Tries to slam you, misses. So now back to you, Byron. You're 50 feet away from the golem. You're 35 feet away from the goblins.
So if I would sprint up 30 feet to the goblins, I would get a melee, right?
Yes.
So I'll sprint 30 feet to the goblins.
Yep.
And I'll hack at them with my battle axe.
Beautiful.
That's a 19.
That's a hit.
Ooh, nice. 11 damage.
As you've come over, I'm going to assume that you've gone like with a 2-handed swing and just cleaved one of the goblins in half. Warren.
Alrighty, so 2 quick questions.
Yes.
Between the reach on my maul and my 4-foot height, can I get this golem in the knee?
I'm going to say yes.
Excellent. Do you reckon it's going to be more susceptible to damage now that it's been frozen?
One way to find out.
All right. Well, because I am a berserker and because I've chosen to frenzy, last turn I can make a pair of attacks using my regular and bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to be just swinging my maul recklessly for both of those. That is, in fact, the reckless attack. Which will be d20 plus... Ooh, that's nice. 17 for the first swing.
That's on the golem.
That is on the golem. Yep.
That is a miss.
Oh. Rip. Let's try that again for the back swing. How does a... That's what I want to see. It's not going to dodge a 24, is it?
No, it's not. That one's going to hit that.
Beautiful. 2d6 plus... Yeah, I think that's excellent. 16 bludgeoning damage as I hammer this thing in the knee.
So the first hit, you just hit some piece of armor that for some reason has just stayed, has been built strong, but you've smacked it in the knee and it's wobbling and it's taken a lot of damage. It's looking even worse now. Dan, what are you going to do?
looking at what I can do, I am. So it's looking bad, and that's there. Okay, so I won't think about a different concentration going on there. Just gotta check the range of the thing. Sorry, just reading one spell and forgot to read the other. Frost. Okay.
Alright, so while he's reading, if it survives to the next turn, do you reckon I could knock it over?
Okay.
There's
So
a good chance.
on that golem again, I'm going to cast Frostbite. So the target must make a Constitution saving throw, and I've marked up my DC. It's 13, not 12. I have a 17 charisma. The target takes.
Did you say charisma or constitution?
No, he makes a Constitution save of 13.
Yeah, 21.
Okay. All right. And so it doesn't matter because that's a cantrip. So if he makes that save, nothing happens.
Cool. And the goblins go. One will go for you, Warren.
Alright, bear in mind the little bastard is going to have advantage on me because I just went reckless ham.
And on the first roll, he rolled a nat 20. And
Alright, let me find my calculator.
so with his little short sword, he does 10 damage on you.
Alright, that's not magical in any way, is it?
No, that is not magical in any way.
Excellent, I will take the halved 5 damage from being so angry.
Who else is up there? You're up there as well, Byron.
Yes.
Yep. The other goblin goes and he does 14.
It's a miss.
And so as he swung, he's just, not been able to connect. The golem goes in for another slam, but this time on you, Byron. And he does a 14 again, which is a miss, I assume.
Yes. My armor class didn't change.
Can everyone make a dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity.
Ooh.
It's a +2 normally. Can I see this effect coming?
No.
8.
I have a natural 18 with no modifier.
Rip danger sense. Oh, that's not good. I rolled a 5.
So Dan and Warren, you guys take 4 piercing damage as the guards from behind volley arrows at you guys. They do hit the golem as well, as you can see arrows start protruding in like one of the gaps in between the golem, and you can also see the 2 goblins also got hit. Now back up to top. Byron, what are you doing?
Well, the goblin that just tried to attack me, I'll just go up to him and split his skull in half. If I can.
Sorry,
That's a 15.
Yep.
I want to, yeah.
That's a yes, that's a hit.
Thank God, that's D8. D8 plus 3, 7 damage.
And how do you kill this guy? Explain to me.
I'll go up and just go straight from the top and split his skull in half.
Nice. Warren.
Alrighty. So, the question becomes, if I hit this thing in the knee again, is it terribly likely to topple over? Or do I have to try and push it?
Well, let's see if you hit it, and then we'll roll to see if you knock it over.
Nice. I'm just going to keep recklessing because that is the only way to barbarian.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Offense, best defense.
That's what you want to see, boys. That is my first natural 20 of the night.
Beautiful. You knock him over. Do your damage.
All right. Do you want me to expend the crit on hurting him, or can
So
I
the way I
just
do
count
it
that as?
is a double roll.
All right, so I'll just roll 2 of those damages. Sick.
Yep.
Oh, rip little golem as I do 30 damage to him.
So you smack this golem in the knee. It is standing over Byron as he tried to slam him.
Oh dear.
Can you do a dexterity saving throw for me?
Don't want to get squished.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
Yes.
You, in slow motion, you can see that this golem is falling on you. But for some reason, you just don't move. But at
Too heavy armor, I just can't move.
at the last moment, you jump out of the way and it kind of just squashes on your foot, and you only take 4 points of damage.
That is
Man.
pretty nice.
What are you doing?
Okay. So that golem is now prone. Yes.
That column is now gone.
Gone. It is dead.
Ripped.
Okay. And there are how many goblins?
There are 2 goblins in front of you.
Okay. I will just create bonfire underneath one of them.
Yep.
Has to make that dexterity 13, and that's 7 fire damage.
Now, is it just that one goblin?
Yeah, it's just that it's a 5-foot cube. So
5-foot cube.
yes,
And if that goblin is attacking someone,
it only affects the thing inside the cube.
okay. It does a roll to 14.
Well, a 14 will stop the damage. So
And you said, yeah, okay, cool. Yes, so that saves it.
it's okay.
What do we got now? Gone. The goblin, 1 will go for you again, Warren,
Cool beans.
and that is a 16.
16 meets my armor class, so it will hurt me.
Beautiful. And he does 5 points of damage on you as he's swinging this sword as you're going reckless. Are you still reckless?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Until the start of my turn.
He's able to connect a few rounds with you. And Byron, the other goblin, sees you, sees the golem, and in a kind of a panic, he's kind of trying to hit you, but he's just not able to connect just from the fear that their golem is down. Can everyone do another dexterity saving throw?
Goddamn gods.
Endeavor to do so.
7.
10?
Plus 2. Show me something good. 9.
All of you take 3 points of damage. And both goblins fall in front of you.
Are we still being volleyed? Is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry. The guards volleyed you again.
Oh, good.
All enemies are dead, right?
All the enemies here are dead.
I'll turn to the guards and say, "What the fuck are you doing?
And you
We're standing here."
I would like to pick up a goblin and throw it at the guards.
I'll do that.
As intimidation?
We both do it together.
You see the turtle start to cast a spell as ice forms in his hand in the shape of a knife. And he rears back. And if you don't grab his hand before he throws it, he's going to throw ice knife at the guards.
Let me just
Yeah,
roll
barbarian.
something. Yeah, I'll grab your hand. I try to grab your hand.
Okay.
So you guys are having this kind of friendly but not friendly banter with the guards, and the guards you can see are kind of a little bit shocked at the way you guys are talking to them, but they just volleyed you twice and got you.
They did.
You see a bright flash to the east, and you see chunks of wood go flying into the air and make a crashing sound on the ground. All the guards look to the east, and quite a few of them start going off in that direction. What do you guys want to do?
Pluck one of these arrows out, and I'll head in that direction.
I'll try to retrieve my javelin before we go.
Cool, you've retrieved it.
All right, then I'll go that direction.
So, you guys aren't running with the guards. You guys are past the barricades, and you're about 2 buildings over from them. And the guards are running in the east direction. You guys start moving the direction as well. There's nobody about. And as you come close to where this explosive area, what do you guys want to do? How do you guys want to approach?
That is an excellent question. You know what?
Well, can I
athletics.
I have athletics too. But first I want to see if I can see anything, like make a perception roll to see if I can spot anything.
Yep. Okay. Roll perception for me.
That's a natural 20. +3 if it matters.
So you're able to move ahead of the group only by about 10-15 feet, and just with a quick flick and a quick scan of the environment, you see about 10 goblins running into this exploded building. You can already see 3 goblins walking out with sacks that appear to have gold in them. On the entry point of this building, you see a large goblin standing there, bigger than all the other ones. From your 20, you are going to gather that is the leader. So in total, you count about 13 goblins plus this one large goblin. They have not detected you.
Beautiful.
I'll turn to the others and say, if we kill their leader, they'll probably be pretty demoralized. Goblins are cowards, so it might be a plan of action.
I have a plan. He'd be worrying about it.
So how do you guys want to approach this?
That depends. Is there anything directly above this boss goblin? Perhaps shingles, some sort of loose masonry?
No, because
Could I hand axe it and kill him with crushing damage?
They've pretty much demolished this building. There's a lot of shrapnel about on the ground. It looks like the building exploded from inside, so it knocked everything out. And what you can actually see is kind of like the goblins seem to be going down in the building and retrieving whatever from like a lower ground.
Curious. Well, I'd be saying then that we flank them.
Yeah, maybe go.
Us and whatever's down there.
Well, it might be a plan to try to go from behind the building, if there's anything left behind the building.
Yeah. So there's buildings all around this building. So there's, streets. So yes, if you want to kind of move around to the back of this building, to the back of the area where these 3 goblins seem to be exiting to, then yes, you can try for that.
Well, let's do it. That's better than my idea.
Cool. Now, do you guys want to stealth, or are you going to try and rush it to this location?
I really must insist on rushing. I have a level of exhaustion from frenzy, so my skills are basically useless.
Yeah, I'm not really that stealthy. I'm a huge dragonborn, so
Dan,
we
what
can
would you like
try.
to
Small tortoise thing.
do? Yeah, you guys aren't. Oh, what a party.
Yeah, not really built for stealth. Like,
Yeah, so
I have
we-
a dex of 8.
Yeah, as fast as possible. So
So as you guys kind of run through these buildings to try and cut off these 3 goblins making their way out, I'll get you guys to do an athletics check.
Oh dear.
That's not too bad. Let's see. That's my mod, and this is my dice, and that's the floor.
even with a plus 5, I have a
17
17.
plus 4, 17.
Let's take
21.
this.
Sorry, I have 12. Sorry,
21, 12.
Oh wait. Don't mind. It's ability checks, not skills. D20 plus that. Alright, I got a 23 on my athletics.
Cool. So with combined, you guys are able to get there safely. You're standing in kind of an alleyway in between 2 buildings, and as you stick your head out, you can see that these 3 goblins are kind of making up their street, and they're kind of hurrying along, but they're being slowed down by these bags. So how do you guys want to approach this?
Hand axe to the spine.
javelin to the head. Then you?
I can just smash my claws into something soft and tender.
So you're going to try and attack head on, or you're going to let them go past, or you're going to attack as they're walking past?
The second they walk past, I say we step out and just face smash them.
Yeah.
Then I would use my battle axe if we go as soon as they get to us.
Yeah, if we're doing that, I will definitely have my maul ready for this one.
All right. I will allow this. Okay, this is what's going to happen. One of you guys are going to roll for me, and 1 to 5 is so D10. 1 to 5 is that we go straight into initiative. 5 to 10 is one of you attack stealth. 10 to 15 is 2, and obviously 16 to 20 is all 3 of you get to attack at the same time. So one of you roll a D20 for me.
All right. 18.
Cool. All 3 of you attack at the same time.
Savage.
Sweet.
So,
Okay,
so Dan, you go first because you're at the top.
that is a 14 to hit.
You miss. Let's go, Byron.
That's a 9.
You miss.
Oh dear.
Warren.
25.
That
19
one's
plus
8.
6. And 2d6 plus 4 because I'm not raging. And that's 11 damage to this poor boy.
So which one did you attack? First, second, or third?
Now, I'm just having gone in order. I'm just going to go straight into the gut of number 3.
Bang. The way you've swung your maul is you've actually hit this goblin, and you've smacked him into the back of the second goblin. Can you roll a d4 for me?
I can indeed roll you a d4, 4, 4. Natty 4.
And you hit that third goblin so hard that it's actually knocked over that second goblin. And the coins go spilling on the ground. So you've got now the first goblin's walking, carrying these bags. The second goblin is prone. So let's roll now for initiative.
Indeed.
That's an 8 for me.
Oh dear. That's a casual 12. Not great.
Dan?
Probably going to go before. Halved.
Okay.
So we've got ones in front of us, yes?
One prone.
Up one pro. One that is standing.
Yep.
I use my brain to remember. Oh. There it is. Because I only have that by way of in the book and I don't have any handy. Okay, I'm going to cast Frostbite on the one that is standing up. You cause a numbing frost to form on within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. So DC 13 con save.
Yep.
If it fails, it takes damage and has disadvantage on its next attack.
So something he's just so taken back that and just, something unexplained has happened, and that this cold ball is actually yes, it's hit him. Just instantly just turns into this icicle, and he kind of rocks forward. Bags pull him back. Can you roll a d4 for me?
That's a 1, and the damage was a 4.
This icicle falls down and lands on the prone goblin already. He rolled a 1.
I figured that's what was happening.
The goblin's head into the ground. But this prone goblin has just got this like inch of life in him as he screams out in pain. Warren, what are you doing?
Oh, right. Okay, I'm just going to kill this poor prone bastard before he can make any more noise. But I am going to attempt to choke him out rather than maul him to death. I have a plan.
Excellent. You choke him silently.
Beautiful. Do we have any... Yeah, how many javelins do we have, friends?
Sorry, what?
How many javelins do we have?
I have 5.
Excellent. There's 3 goblins. Now, hear me out. I say we get the javelins, 1 for each goblin, stick it in the back, and then brace the goblins. So they look like they're just sort of Weekend at Bernie's standing on the ground, and we ambush the next bunch.
I find myself totally fine with this.
You think that will work?
They're goblins. It's got a decent chance of working.
Well,
Okay, what am I going to roll for here?
We can do some performance.
I can perform.
Yeah.
I have performance.
I am thinking of performance. Okay, so where are you going to set these 3 up?
What's your plan?
That is a good question. I say... Can we potentially... Yeah, plan. back to back. One facing down one end of the street, one facing the way we came, one facing off to the side. And they would just leave the gold all around them, so ideally the reinforcements think they've been spooked by something.
Right. So one facing the direction they came, one facing the direction they're going, and one facing down the street from where you guys came, correct?
Yes. Brilliant.
All right, where are you guys going to position yourselves?
I'm thinking, how high are the buildings around here?
So they're about 2-story.
We could totally climb up there and just Batman on the goblins.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I can even give us darkness if we need it.
All right.
But
So you
darkness
guys-
is pretty obvious.
Yes.
So you guys are going to climb these buildings?
We will, yes.
Athletic checks for me, please. For a dragon.
Come on, +5, please.
As a building, 17 plus 8, 21.
21.
17 exact.
The turtle can climb quite well, apparently.
Evidently.
15 for me.
You struggle to get up, but because your friends both rolled so high, they were able to pull you up and help you up, and so you've been able to get to the roof as well.